friends, and welcome back to Paint Brent, a podcast where you can find a little bit of encouragement, discover new ways to make your hobby more fun, and most importantly, learn to paint bravely. All right, so we got some updates. We got some things to talk about, some things we've been working on hobby-wise. I think overall some pretty good, fun hobby topics. Shipping it over to you, Brent. What's been going on the last couple weeks? It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, you know why it's so busy? Because it's almost my birthday. That's why it's so busy. And normally I don't make a big deal out of that. I do not want it to be a big deal, but I say that. You
realize that now you've said it. It's just happy birthday, Brent, from literally hundreds of comments of happy birthdays. You've ruined it. You've ruined it right out of the gate.
I'm aware of that, but in this case, I think the context is too important not to mention this fact. Ordinarily, right. Just let it go under the radar. Not important. But the context is important for the story I'm about to tell. Now, I'm not going to tell the story about how I had to go to the DMV to renew my license, and I was there for 4.5 hours.
I thought for sure that's where we were headed.
You'd think.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not counting that as hobby progress, even though I left line briefly to go check out a hobby store that was actually next to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles.
That feels like good.
Yeah, there was
that's a story.
Store called Phyrexian Life Games or something like that. It's apparently
very MTG focused. Yeah,
definitely MTG focused. I hadn't known that store was even there, but if you're gonna put me in a shopping mall for 4.5 hours at the BMV, I'm gonna learn a little bit about it. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was a pretty standard little hobby store. They've been there for 3 years apparently, and went in there, got some card sleeves and some cleric spellbook cards for D&D. You know, that seemed like good things for just kind of, you go into a small store, try to buy something, support local, all that. But,
yeah, for sure.
But the story is not about the DMV. The story is about a package I got in the mail today. And I got a package in the mail that was the physical box of this package is a Little Debbie's snack cake happy birthday cakes box. Think, for those of you who are not yet locked in, think like Twinkies or Swiss rolls or something like that. But these are the little white cakes that have like rainbow confetti sprinkles, and they're supposed to be like white birthday cakes with like rainbow sprinkles on them.
Little squares of condensed cake. Yes.
Yeah, kind of like zingers or zebra cakes or, devil dogs, Yankee doodles, yodels, whatever they're called. Yeah, the little snack cakes.
I don't know.
Many delicious flavors. These ones are the happy birthday ones. And so I'm getting this box in the mail. It says happy birthday cakes on it. And I'm like, what is this? Because it's not even...
Who sent you a birthday present?
Yeah, who sent me a birthday present? And I'm looking at the return address. Because I don't tell people my birthday's coming up. I don't need to be dealing with surprises. But here it is, surprise on the doorstep. And it's an address in Tennessee that I do not recognize. I know a couple of people in Tennessee, but... not the kind of people that'd be sending me birthday presents.
Birthday present, yeah.
And so, all right, what do we have here? Start to crack it open. And I'm a little bit nervous. Like, who in Tennessee knows that it's my birthday and went to the trouble of buying a Little Debbie snack cake box of happy birthday cakes? Yeah. And what I'm not properly describing for the audio-only listeners is that it's not a full rectangle box of snack cakes. It is a mangled, cut-in-half box that's been, like taped around. It is...
Yeah, to turn into, like, a packaging for mail.
Yeah.
Like, somehow this is appropriate mail packaging.
They ran out of boxes and used a Little Debbie happy birthday cake box as their box. All right, let's see what this...
I like the recycling, yeah.
Yeah, I do too, and the resourcefulness. I respect
it's nice.
it.
Yeah, it's you could tell.
All right, who is my mystery person from Tennessee? So open up the box, right? All right, let's see what's inside this box. pull it out.
Opening on a podcast.
Now, inside the half of the Little Debbie snack cake box is the other half of the Little Debbie snack cake box.
It's like double stack, because at the end of the day, the Little Debbie snack box is not quite thick enough to put anything substantial in and actually protect that during shipping. So, double it up. You got to cut that box in half.
You got to. It's not cardboard, it's paperboard. So if you're going to be shipping, if you're going to be shipping in a snack cake box, it's got to be double snack cake boxed.
Yeah.
And you can see this is, you could put the puzzle pieces back together here, and it is just one snack cake box that's been really cut at the third way mark, and the smaller side of the box put inside of the bigger side of the box. They used plastic Walmart bags to kind of pad things inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the question that everybody's wondering is now, in fact, since you have both halves of that box, were there, in fact, Little Debbie's birthday snack cakes on the inside?
Originally, there were 8 snack cakes in here. I received 0 of those, actually.
Oh, no.
So now I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Is there even anything? Is this just all a big joke? Is it a Russian doll of birthday cakes? What's going on here?
Little Debbie birthday cakes, yeah.
But they've already used the whole box. Like, what's going on?
That's true. There's no mystery anymore. So there has to be something in there.
And like a week or so ago, I was hanging out with Raven on the Gravenly Studios Twitch stream, and he was just housing snack cakes, zebra cakes. He was going through zebra cakes at the time. Oh, and so a little part of me is like, is Gravenly Studios in Tennessee? How does he have my address? Is there just going to be a zebra cake in here? I mean, it's a pretty funny joke. I respect it. And that I
feel like I know what I'm gonna do.
I know what I'm gonna do. So I get to opening the second half of the box.
Yeah.
And what do I pull out but an eBay order that I had myself purchased?
For yourself. It's like, oh yeah, happy birthday to me.
I was so relieved because this is psychotic. Yeah. To be clear, this is psychotic.
Well, to not throw a cake in there, you monster.
And so it's like, oh no, what psycho has volunteered to track down my home address and send me something, right?
Yeah.
And I was so relieved for oh yeah, I did buy a Space Marine tricycle, the little Outrider bike, the one they discontinued a couple years ago. It's a silly enough model. I always wanted to do something with it. But they discontinued it a few years ago, and so it's one of those things eventually I'll get that for myself. And there was a deal of 2 of them for 15 plus shipping and handling, and
that's a good deal.
It really was
good deal. Yeah.
And now with the rest of the context here, I remember that the listing of this eBay posting said pro painted Space Marine trike.
The best of them, yes.
And now that I understand that this is the kind of person who would package things and just, trash from their grocery haul, I respect the joke of just putting pro painted on anything that you're selling more. It really fits in. I'm starting to build starting to profile this person. I'm building up a crime profile here. Figuring out who the serial killer really is.
They enjoy the Little Debbies and pro painting Warhammer models from 15
They
years
like
ago.
the pro painted meme. Yeah.
Yes. And
this is, I could go back. This eBay lister had probably 50 other items for sale. I can go back and just,
you're gonna have to,
or maybe we can each buy a couple of things and just,
you're gonna need to share me some of this, so that we can see how many boxes of Little Debbies he has purchased.
Well, that's the thing. Was this packaging, he was all the way out of packaging and wanted to get this thing in the mail, and he's going to go back out and restock on actual shipping supplies? Or does it just get more depraved after this? If you buy something a week after he sent out this, does it just get even stupider? Is it,
Look, if you're going to have
Is it just like a
and the
receipt,
zingers.
a CVS receipt wrapped
Yeah.
around your order and stuck in the mail?
Exactly. Just to protect it. That's the crumple paper inside. Like, if you're going to do that, like, you're going to go and you're going to buy them on sale at the Walmart, and you're going to get yourself 20 or 30 boxes of those. Now, they're fine. They last forever inside their own, each individually wrapped little packages, right? So you don't need the box. But then why go and pick up cardboard if you have these boxes?
They're little rectangular cakes. You can
other
kind of
items,
stack them up in your pantry, you know.
Right. I'm just saying.
Make a little brick wall of birthday cakes there in the pantry shelf.
You stack them neatly in a pantry and have your shipping boxes for your 50 eBay items. And if they're all labeled pro-painted, nobody's really going to question that. They're going to look at that and say, you know what? I applaud you. I understand. And he ended up with an extra probably, what, I don't know, 450 little Debbie snack cakes.
Probably.
Out of the 50 orders, if you start doing some math.
And we do applaud you. We do applaud you.
Yeah. This is how I imagine this going, though, for sure.
It caused me a couple of minutes of deep confusion when I got the mail today. Like,
I imagine so.
And like strange dread. But yeah, it turned out great. I'm gonna have to go leave an eBay review. Item as described, great packaging. Just the classic eBay feedback.
Perfect packaging. Couldn't have asked for anything more.
I'm gonna use those bags from Walmart for kitty litter later. This is just reduce, reuse, recycle. It's all good. All good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Now when you charge shipping and handling. Mm-hmm. Shipping and handling includes the actual postage, includes the packing materials, and it includes the time of the person putting stuff into the box. That's what shipping and handling is. And in this case, the shipping cost or the postage was printed on the box, and so is $6 and something, and I think I paid $8 and something for the shipping and handling, which actually means that the price of postage plus the box of 8 birthday cakes, which is normally about $2, actually ended up being exactly right.
This makes so much sense. That's okay. So the math works even better now.
If you look at, weren't overcharging me or anything. Yep.
Right, and he's
$2
charging
worth of
$8
packaging
instead of $6.
Yep, $2 worth of packaging, $6 of postage, and then paying himself for his time to do the boxing with 8 snack cakes, and it all works out. All works out. So 50 snack cakes times, or I'm sorry, 8 snack cakes or whatever is in a box times 50 listings. That's how I'm looking at this. Yeah. It's a full day's calories right there. Yeah. That's not bad.
in one cake. Yes.
It's 200 calories per cake, so you got to eat 10 of these a day to keep yourself going.
Okay.
Keep yourself listing pro-painted models on eBay.
Spread it out. You spread it out
Fuel
evenly.
the rage.
The snack cake could really go for days. Also good in an emergency situation. There's a lot of oil in those things. You can light it like a candle. It's its own wick. It'll light and stay lit for hours.
So that's what I did today. How you doing, Casey?
Not as good as that, I guess.
Your birthday will come. Yeah.
It's coming up. Yeah, it's definitely coming up. Yeah, I don't signpost my birthday either. I let it roll on by. It's fine. Although I am gonna have to go to the DMV this year.
Ooh.
I'm up. Yeah. Kind of a bummer. I got that like real ID a few years ago, so it's been quite a few years since I've had to go to the DMV, which is the only reason I was like, yes, I will get this, because that means I don't have to come back here next year. So, yeah. Yeah, man. I finally unpacked from Adepticon. That's kind of what I did today. I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks actually. And my bag has been sat on the floor, like half open. Like I took the clothes out kind of thing, and like left everything else in there. And I finally got it out. I got out like the test models that we were using at our Goblin Hobbies table.
Yeah.
This awesome Victoria Miniatures tank that she gifted us right before. We actually built this about 15 minutes before the doors open. We were like super gluing this tank together. It's not even like the right parts together. But it looks pretty
is most of a Matilda tank from Victoria Miniatures.
Right. Right. One of the newer ones.
We're definitely missing some parts on there. We're definitely missing some parts, but it was enough of a tank so it looked like a tank and we could do some demo stamps on it.
Right. You get the idea. But it's cool because the whole thing is stamped up from people. You know, I put a bunch on here too, but like people coming up and testing it. And I got out all like the models that we're using, and they're all stamped up from tons of people that were playing around with them. So it's kind of cool. I want to put these together and put them up on a shelf or something because it's pretty neat. Like the tank especially looks pretty cool. Like it has all sorts of stuff all over it. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that also means that we started selling these things this last week too, which has been pretty insane to say.
Yes. So it was, I think, the day before last week's Paint Bravely dropped. You hit the button on Shopify to open up the store, and then you spammed the email list that we had, just like, oh, store's open. And then things started moving pretty fast.
Pretty fast. I haven't worked that hard in a few years now. We went through some stamps. Some people bought some stamps pretty quickly, and we are fortunately, much like our time at Adepticon, sold out. And so we are now in the process of trying really hard to get more stuff like as soon as possible. So we wanted to say thank you. Obviously, that's pretty huge. That's a pretty huge thing. We weren't exactly expecting that. We ordered what we thought was a decent amount to go, okay, we'll sell some up front. That's fine. And, we can kind of hold on to that stuff and sell it slowly over however long, make some reorders, and it'll be good, right? It'll be a thing that we can do. But it's turned into like a full-fledged, like we are in this pretty hard at this point.
Well, right now we're out of it, but
well, that's true.
We were in it pretty hard for about 4 straight days. And now we're out of it.
4 straight days. And now we're like, we gotta do some stuff, It's been really good though. I think we worked through some kinks, some things that we would do for next time, but it's been very good. It's been a very good experience so far. We tried not to screw anybody's orders up. I don't think we really did. I think maybe a handful of people had some weird stuff that was not anticipated on our end, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and a lot of that was a learning process. So there were a few bottles of stampin color that broke. I think a total like 10 orders had a broken bottle.
Yeah.
And so
we're not as many as you would think, which I'm super thankful for. Like not that many were actually messed up. So.
Let us know if anything is going on with your order. We'll try to get it fixed up as soon as possible here. But yeah, there were some broken bottles. There was like one starter kit that had the wrong plate inside. There were
which was weird. Yeah,
couple other minor things, but it was all a big old learning experience. And you were busy on the computer. I was busy at my local game store. Crossroad Games allowed us to use their gaming area, like where the 40K games are played and stuff like that, kind of on the off days, to just run an assembly line to get these boxed up and into the mail. And that was wild. That was wild.
How many people did it take to pack all the boxes in total?
I think
I know
there
were a
were a
few people in the
total
store,
like
but there were some others.
7 or 8 people involved for at least a little bit of
7 or 8
time.
people.
And for most of the time, there were 4 or 5 working there. Both of my parents came in and put in like a solid day's shift.
So good, dude. So good.
And then other than that, it was employees and or like regulars at the game store who we, paid hourly as gig work to come in and help us box things up and get it to the post office. So it learned a ton of just stupid little things, like we were putting a cover letter into each box, but the paper was larger than the box, so we had to fold the cover letters, and that actually took a couple hours of just folding 8.5 by 11 piece of paper so that it would fit in the box that was smaller than that to go in the mail.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's weird stuff that you don't think about until it's like, oh, I have to do like a couple thousand of these right now.
Yeah, it ended up being, I think, a total of 1,600 orders that went out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And
just all of a sudden it scales, and you're like, oh, this is going to take some serious time, like for such a simple task, right? Yeah.
But we were able to get them out within a week, and I think we got most of the orders correct. Hopefully they're all arriving in the correct places. Let us know if there's issues. We'll figure out what's going on. But just to echo what Casey said, huge thanks to everyone who's supported this, for everyone who's still listening to the podcast as we're rambling on about Goblin Hobbies here. Thank you for that too. Thanks for the folks who've been trying it out. And yeah, our intent was to have this not be a Kickstarter. Our intent was to just get these made up, open up the web store, people can buy what they want, and just kind of start that way. But we realized there was enough of a demand that kind of at the last minute we made that change of just giving people 2 options of you buy the small kit or you buy the everything kit. And eventually we really want to have more options than that, so people can get like the small kit or the starter kit plus the couple of plates that they really like. But just we realized that there was enough demand, and we really, really did not want to be screwing up any more orders than necessary. So we just kind of gave people the 2 options to give us the best chance of getting those out correct and in a timely manner. And the everything kits actually sold out before the smaller starter kits did. And huge thanks for the people who made the leap on that one. We understand that probably means some people ended up buying plates that they didn't necessarily immediately have a use for or an idea of what to do with. And our hope is that you end up stamping bravely and eventually come up with a use for the little crab and the industrial stripes and the lightning bolt. But yeah, understanding that the people who did the everything kit, probably there were a couple of plates that they didn't know that they wanted, that they ended up buying from us anyway. And thank you for that support. And just know that 1, you probably will find a use for that eventually, but 2, just being able to sell through the initial stock so fast means that we have capital to be able to make more and get it to more people and start working on a second wave of designs. So thank you for supporting Goblin Hobbies and helping us to grow with those initial purchases. Really, really appreciated.
Yeah, no, we really do. And I guess just on that note too, we are like right now working on that second wave, and there's some pretty sweet.
Yeah, there's really excited about some of the stuff in that second wave. Yep.
I cannot wait, honestly, to like talk about it. It's gonna be so good. So yeah, we can't say more than that. Much like we withheld for the last 2 years.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Sworn to secrecy. But yeah, our intent was for this not to feel like a Kickstarter, for it just to be a normal store. But it kind of ended up being like a Kickstarter just because it was a short period of stuff being on sale, and you only had the option of like support at the medium level or support at the high level. Those were your it was the tier system. It was the short window of being for sale. It was the rush of everything being mailed out at the same time.
Oh, the cat walking up right behind Brent knocked a building right off the table. Just
just knocked the castle ramparts right off.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no.
Nothing.
Good kitty.
Nothing broken, but the castle gates too. My goodness. Right.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Snuffles.
It's what you get for taking the box away up there. I don't see the box up there anymore.
That's right. I needed to make room for the castle up there.
Well, it's a good news because, we did get that Scaven Tide box, and I think that's probably, it's good.
It's a good box. It's a heavy-duty box.
There's 2 halves to that box.
For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, didn't you gypped me on the Scaven Tide, didn't you?
I accidentally took a Griffhound and whatever I was trying to make up a dumb name for whoever is the master of the Griffhound. What's he called? There was like a Griffhound and a Sequitor Magus Master or something. I don't know.
That's perfect. Sequitorial Magus Master.
Boom. Yep.
Magus.
Second order.
Gypped hard. I need that.
In our flurried packing and division of goods from Adepticon, we divvied up that Scaven Tide box, and I accidentally took one tiny sprue extra that I shouldn't have taken. And you will, of course, get that back, Casey. That's my bad.
Yeah.
You really needed that one.
I do. I mean, I needed it. It's like it's a must have. It is part of that army. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have it.
I started putting together some rats, but I'm not gonna touch your little sprue that has that Griffhound on it.
No, you shouldn't, because like there are options on there, and I do own one. I do own one already, but I only own one of those variants. I didn't magnetize that. I gotta have a second. Gotta have that option.
I hear you, buddy.
Yeah.
So, I did check, speaking of Scaven Tide, I did check eBay. I've been on eBay recently, and
have you?
I'm seeing Scaven Tide at 180. 180 Scaven Tide. So
really, it's still that high?
Oh, well, that's down. It was like 200 right at Adepticon.
Yeah, for sure.
But post Adepticon, it's down an average of like $15, I think.
Okay.
So,
I mean, we're getting somewhere. I think we can do better.
Keep that Scaven Tide watch up. Yeah, maybe you can get your own. Because I mean, Magus Sequitorial with Griffhound
or 2. You obviously need 2. Like, I'm pretty sure there are options for those models in that box. Like, I'm 99% sure. So, yeah, 2 boxes. Need them. Plus, if you get the Skaven boxes, I mean, you're getting, like, some real nice clan rats. And you need, like, 40 of those, not 20.
Yeah, that's
whatever
true.
Comes in. There might be 40 in that box.
There might be.
In which case, I'm just going to say you need 80. Yeah,
definitely.
Not 40. You need 80. Yeah.
Concur.
I actually do want to get a Skaven half again, because that is it's pretty sweet. There's some cool models in there. So yeah, eventually I am gonna get there. Maybe, I don't know, 140, 130. I might.
It's not getting that low. It's not getting that low. It might.
Dude, I don't know.
It might.
Like if Dominion got down to like 90, right? Accounting for the difference in MSRP of like $50, it could get there 140. I mean, I saw Dominion at like 85, so like 135 for this could be a possibility in the real low point.
Keep an eye out.
Like 150, probably good.
Keep an eye out.
Probably a good buy.
A true warrior. Yeah, a true warrior who sees Scaven Tide at 135. You do it. You know what you need to do.
At that point, that's 100%. You just buy it. You figure it out afterwards.
Yeah, you finance that. You'll make your money back. A couple of years from now. Yeah.
A couple of years from now.
Worth
if it's not open. I mean, Dominion's going back up. If you have an unopened box, like
I do.
You might get that back for whatever you paid
I'm not
for it.
gonna.
I don't know.
Seems like a lot of effort. Yeah.
It took a lot of effort. You have an unopened box. You should just sit on it and wait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 3 more years, it'll be worth a cool 185.
All right, that's enough Scaventide talk. I want to tell you what I found in the trash.
It's
So
like
I've been hanging out at my local game store, boxing things up, shipping labels, moving boxes around. And I looked into the trash there, and in the trash at my local game store, I found one Slave to Darkness, one of the new like Dark Oath ones, like a Dark Oath Marauder. And it's only base coated, but it's not a bad base coat. It was just sitting there on the top of the trash, like solidly in the bin. Like somebody put it in there, and somebody took it out and put it right in their little pocket and walked right out with it. So, just be aware of the world around you, because you never know what you're gonna find.
You never know.
You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, strike like a warrior,
Mm-hmm. A true warrior who knows when to dumpster dive.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. What's funny? So when we were at Adepticon, I was talking to some people at Reaper, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, we got some trash cans. I heard you like going and diving in the trash can, and I got pretty excited. So I'm hoping that we can work something out, because I imagine that the trash cans there might be pretty decent. Yeah.
Next time you're in Texas, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I accidentally go to Texas sometimes. Like if a flight takes me to Dallas, like that's close. That's real close.
Real close.
If I have a long enough layover, I will 100% go to find those trash cans.
Please do it. Please do it.
That's actually
they make a lot of really good
RPG
minis. And
yeah, like I could get it like a long layover on purpose there and do that. That's actually not the worst thing. I'm just spitballing right now. This sounds really good. I like this idea.
Yeah. Go see Dave Pooh and John and the Reaper guys. Go see what's going on.
Yeah.
Get you some rooting in the trash. But yeah, they have fantastic RPG minis, and man, I've got my D&D game is still going on. It survived. It survived a breakup with the DM's girlfriend, and
right. Yeah.
It's like
he didn't break down, and you took a month off and never came back. Obviously, you're still going.
we're still going, and we're getting up to some real dumb shenanigans. I didn't know this woman very well, but I'm not sure if she would have been like super cool with some of the shenanigans we were doing. So we
that's why they're not together.
We just had 2.5 full play sessions of just walking around town, like making our our goblin friend do stupid stuff. And it's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just persuading this goblin to do things you wouldn't do otherwise.
Well, we did the normal thing of the last goblin in the dungeon. We don't kill him, and we end up kind of adopting him. The party adopts their goblin, as is tradition. I think normally he's called Boblin the Goblin. Ours is Gorash the Goblin. And we take him back, and we formed our adventuring guild, and we need a secretary for our adventuring guild to kind of sit in the guild offices and hear proposals for quests and fill out the request forms and everything, so that when we're back in town, we can check with our receptionist goblin to see if we got any missions to go on. And so we took We took most of 2 sessions just to train a receptionist goblin. Like that's all we did. It was great. It was
Dude,
great. It was fantastic.
Hard. It's hard being an employer. You know, it's a lot of work. You really gotta make sure that they have a plan to follow, and they they're encouraged. It's a whole thing.
Right. So we gave this goblin a couple of gold, and they're like, look, you got to clean yourself up. You got to get like a little suit for yourself. Go ahead and get yourself some snacks and some stationery, and get ready to do the receptionist thing. And so we give him the gold, and then we trailed him. Then we followed him to like make sure that he was doing the things that we told him to do. And we got into some hijinks. We obviously our guild has like a rival guild, and we told our goblin just to, like, when he's sitting at the receptionist desk and doesn't have anything to do, he's supposed to be drawing just bestiality cartoons of the rival guild.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of in between doing receptionist activities. If someone does come up to the desk, he is to offer them an apple and cheese. And then just to ask what they want. He needs to tell them that our adventuring guild does not do sex quests. We don't do sex quests. We really got a full job description and standard operating procedures for this little goblin receptionist, and that took us like 2 full sessions, but they were good sessions. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because, for the future, you want to have that job description really, really like locked in so that you know exactly the kind of people you want to be working with. You don't want to put out job descriptions of things like, well, we need this person to be here. And then, maybe they are just after the sex quests and you've made a mistake and you're 6 months in and you don't know what's going on. And, you have a hard time getting rid of them. I don't know. It can be a lot of work. So that's not a bad way to spend 2 full human days.
I think Gorash is working out well, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to let me know next time what happens.
If anything happens to the little bugger, I'll let you know.
I want to know. I'm invested.
He doesn't seem like he's in too much danger. He does have a lot of homemade bestiality art, like kind of on the receptionist desk. We tell him to hide when somebody comes up to the desk, but it's not clear that he always has been, but yes.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. He's cheap though. He's real cheap.
I mean, that makes sense too. That absolutely tracks. Speaking of beasts, I've been painting a whole 40K army the last few days.
Oh yeah, the topic of the episode. Oh my god. Continue. What? No, please.
What?
Sorry.
I'm just trying to smooth sailing segue into the next,
I feel like I did ask you, hey Casey, what have you been up to? I feel like I did ask that question around the 10-minute mark, but anyway, here we are. Continue.
I think you did, and I had talked about unpacking my my suitcase finally, and then we went down a road that we'll revisit at some point, but I have been working on an actual hobby in the last couple weeks.
Good for you.
Been talking to a YouTuber by the name of Bricky. I'm sure some people have heard of him. I've heard of him a little bit. I don't watch his channel. I don't know what he does, but we've been talking a little bit, and he's coming here. We're gonna do some rescuing, some minis, some other cool stuff that we're gonna do. And he had this game coming up pretty soon, and we wanted to work on this army together. And so he shipped me a Tyranid army, like a pretty decent 2,000 point army with a bunch of models. I even have some like leftovers of the stuff that we're gonna end up like stripping and doing. I did a bunch of the work up front, but we're gonna magic editing, make it all flow like a proper rescue video eventually. But I've been spending. I did all this prep work up front, right? Because he has this game coming up, and I got out the old dowels that you had cut up when you were at my house.
I know.
And let me tell you, man, those dowels for doing an army.
You got about 75
It's
of them
amazing.
there.
Yeah. There weren't even enough. I ran out.
It's Tyranids, right?
Yeah, Tyranid. So it's more of a horde. I did kind of run out, and I had to use some like paint bottles to do the rest. And then some of them were even not on paint bottles; they were just free standing. But I ended up doing the army in about 3 days. It was a good amount of solid work. But let me tell you, man, they turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them.
Because it took us like 10 days for the two of us to paint that Imperial Guard army. And you just did...
Which tells me that it took you 7 days and it took me 3 days. But, we won't talk about that math. But, yeah. Yeah. It was a thing. I did do like a lot of pre-planning. I actually took a lot of what we had done for that army and kind of tried to apply that. I did do basing that was very similar. I ended up printing out base toppers, like cracked earth desert base toppers, because these Tyranids were like desert themed, like black obsidian armor, like the carapace look, with kind of an off-white skin and some like blue electricity highlights and those kinds of cool things. So yeah, I took some of that idea. I did the base toppers and I did them real light. And I came back in, no pigment powders, none of that. I thought about it. I did. And I did some test models with the pigment powders. And then I was like, what would Brent say right now? Says this is too dirty, even for the desert.
Too dirty.
So I pulled it back. A little. I restrained myself. And I ended up making these fantastic desert bases and then doing the airbrush black around the rims, and it caught the little edges of the split cracked earth and the little rocks. And dude,
so good.
It looks so good. It looks so good. Yeah, I came back, I actually did tufts, like grass tufts on everything, like little deserty looking dead plant looking ones. And it just pulled it all together real good. So I used the airbrush on the base rims, and I did the whole thing that we did. So yeah, man, it's kind of neat, like piggybacking off the back of another army and using some of those techniques to build into this other thing. And it really allowed me to see a little bit more of where I was going with it, and I could execute on those ideas a little bit better. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So where'd you get the idea of the off-white fleshy bits for Tyranid is like super standard, but then you did black for the hard armor carapaces, and then you did the blue for like a lot of the blades and stuff, and like the spikes.
Yeah.
And like the brainy materials. That was
all from the brains. There are a lot of like, for some reason out in the open brains, like that's
just for the third colors. It was like a really nice, not electric blue, but it was a striking blue for sure.
Yeah, it was aethermatic blue.
Okay,
that's what it was specifically.
What line is that from?
It's the contrast paint.
Okay.
Yeah, which is funny. I actually basically ran out of that bottle doing this project too. I've been using it for years because it's like the best color in all of the contrast line. Like it just works for all that kind of electric looking blues and even like teals. If you get it just right, you throw in some other colors kind of thing. And I finally ran out. So that's not bad. I got to find it. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I really hope they do. It'd be a huge bummer. We'll see.
You got to do like another unit or two, right?
One more unit. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's gonna come to my place, and we are going to film and do some stuff and go through the process of what it looks like to rescue models, right? Because he's never done that before. So
So
pretty exciting
Bricky
overall.
is one of the part of the team that did that dice check channel a year or two back. Magikarp Used Fly did a couple of like really professional what is Warhammer kind of videos. They launched a battle report channel called Dice Check that was active for a couple of years, and Bricky was one of the personalities that was frequently appearing on that channel. And he's done like a lot of lore videos and stuff for 40K since then. Actually started as a League of Legends YouTuber.
That makes sense. Yeah. Seems like kind of a thing to transition from one to the other and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, like Scott too, even is like big into that.
Oh yeah.
Or was it the other, like Dota or something?
Scott's a Dota 2 man, I think.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But no, I played League of Legends back in the day. Me and my buds at school, and
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if I get to meet Bricky, I'm gonna have to ask him if he ever knew the players on Team Dignitas circa 2014. That's when I was really watching the majors. Me and my buddies were getting together, so have a few drinks, watch the professional esports. And that was actually a lot of fun. The shoutcasting and stuff for those games. Mm-hmm. It was a good one to watch.
I watched a Dota 2 one year. I played for a while, like with a bunch of people that I knew, and like that was just happened to be like one of those years, and people were big into that, and it was the whole like you get cards on Steam while the event was going, so I have all these like random cards from that event that are like worth I mean, for Steam cards, most of them you get a penny or something on the open market for Steam. I got a couple that are like $2 range. They're
all right.
Decent. Yeah, they're cool cards, So yeah,
man, those were
like
the days.
2012 or 14 or something.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. It was really cool to see esports actually be a thing and have like well-funded events that had professional camera crews and like looked pretty professional most of the time. There were still the technical difficulties that had games restarting and weird delays of the event and stuff, but
sure, like stuff that they can't necessarily help. God, man, that was back in the day when like Magic, like the Pro Tour was going strong, and like they would do Worlds live and everything. Like I remember watching Worlds a couple years in a row. Dude won like both years in a row. It was a whole thing. Pretty good. Yeah, they don't really do that stuff anymore. It's kind of sad, actually.
Maybe they do. We just don't pay attention.
That's more likely. Maybe
that's much more likely. But
yeah, this just actually makes a lot more sense. I don't know. I feel like where did it go? It's all gone. But I haven't looked in also that amount of years. Yeah. So
look, you ask Bricky if he knows I'm a Cutie Pie or Scara. Those are the Team Dignitas players that I remember. Okay, you let me know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up to this man that I barely know and be like, hey, I'm a Cutie Pie, right? That him? You know that guy?
It's an ironic name.
Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe his name is Michael Santana.
I'm not gonna ask him that.
Yeah. Okay. One of our listeners knows exactly what I'm talking about, and if they were at a computer, they'd be typing, Go Dignitas, circa 2013.
Yeah. 2013. Yeah. That was the lineup. A few years ago.
That was the lineup right there. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, so I've been doing that mostly painting that army. I got it finished. I got it shipped off. I'm pretty happy with it. And we're gonna end up working on some more. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, you sent me some low res pictures of that army, and they looked really good.
Yeah,
like the color balance and everything looked really good. I didn't see any high res close ups, so I don't.
No, I took like a screenshot. I can't completely on my computer
vouch for it, but it looked pretty good from what I saw.
Can't completely vouch for it. Look. If you're looking at it 3 feet away, or even through a camera, if you're not that, it's fine. It's fine.
It was. I assume it was just mostly airbrushed, right?
Oh, it's like 99% airbrushed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Even the carapaces, like if you do it just right, you can nail it. The new models, very much designed with that in mind. Like you can tell that it's weird because like at the back of the skull for like termagants, like all the little ones that run around, in the big hordes, on the old models, the carapace on the head kind of stops, like it cuts off at the back of the head, whereas the new ones, from like Leviathan or whatever, wrap all the way down the back of the head and like touch the back carapace. So they extended it so that if you are airbrushing, and I definitely have a feeling this is why, you angle it just so the edge of that cone is hitting the carapace, and you can like just trace along the top of it and go down the back of the neck and down towards the tail and hit the raised little details on there and get 99% of that. I came back in with the same color and finished it off, and I did it in like half an hour to finish off all of the carapaces, right? So it's definitely like interesting because there is a mix of models that I ended up painting, some of the old ones and most of the new ones.
Yep.
But I definitely could feel where they made those design choices, which I thought was pretty cool.
So where did you source those models? Are those all eBay rescues or?
A bunch of them were like a lot of the like horde style models definitely were. There's tons of like used, already kind of painted ones that he sent me. I built a model out of the box, which I don't usually do, and painted that. So that felt a little weird and disingenuous, but that's okay. There's only one of the models. The rest of them he had and he bought used from different places, and then some he put together and has had sitting around. So for me, they were all secondhand, except for the one. We won't talk about that one though. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. I forgive you. Yeah, people will forgive you. It's okay. It's okay.
There are many people that I assume will not. He lies.
He lies.
I feel like that's in the back of my head.
From 7 years ago is inaccurate.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't bring myself to not do something that has to do with that. Like it's I don't know. The weird side effect of having such an on the nose like channel name and topic. Like if I don't do the thing, then what am I doing? So I don't know.
I would say painting almost entirely with an airbrush is a form of painting bravely, though. I would say that's painting very bravely. Yeah, just if you just like, screw it, I'm doing the entire carapace with the airbrush.
I did. I even did some of the inside ones, dude. Like got right up in there with my like H&S brush, real tight, like 0.2 needle kind of thing, and just went for it. YOLO'd the whole thing. Obviously there was some touch up with the brush, but basically I was painting black over white, and like much like doing the bases with that Imperial Guard army that we did, and then I actually did on this army, a little bit of overspray just added some shadow, right? And it worked out fine. Like some of it is a little bit more, but it looks really good. Yeah.
That's a great point. Having black specifically as one of the colors, because an overspray of black can look intentional.
Yeah.
The blue, I feel like the blue, overspray of the blue, like, oh, that's not supposed to be there. Like, is that a lighting effect? No, that's not a lighting effect. Okay, that looks dumb. That's a mistake. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's
in some cases, when I was painting like the little brains and stuff, like I did the white, little glow around the edges, so it didn't really matter, and then the blue over the top of that. And because it's hitting against black most of the time, you can't even see it, like on that black. So it just blends in. Like it was definitely tried to think about it in a way that would hide certain mistakes. So painting with the air, like just an airbrush for almost everything, is a weird kind of process, I guess.
And some of it is that color selection. It's having the model that it works for, the paint scheme. If you plan that right and strategize correctly, that can work. Congratulations, man. Like it again, that low res image that you sent looked really good. Really, really good.
Dude, I have like 4K footage. I
believe
promise
you.
I'm not hiding anything. I gotta get that video out though. I gotta like start editing and doing stuff. We've been working on those Goblin Hobby stuff, and I feel like I've already missed at least one, maybe two of my normal uploads, and I'm starting to feel it, like that anxiety of like, oh man, like I've been wanting to do that. I need to get back to something and do like a cool project that so I can put it up. I want to do that. I'm feeling it, you know.
I've got a lot of videos that are half made over here myself, Casey.
I know.
But yeah, thanks for bearing with us, and thanks for humoring us on our Goblin Hobby stamping shenanigans. But the fact that we sold out of stamps so quickly means that there's a couple of months where we're just out of stock, where we could focus on other things. So we don't know exactly how long we'll be out of stock, but like on the order of 2 months, probably. Yeah. So.
I'd say that probably at like a maximum amount of time. That's probably like
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
no promises, but we're working on it. We're working on it. And just in terms of frequently asked questions, yes, we plan on restocking everything that we were selling the first time around, plus more options for how to buy, plus more designs, plus more regions of the world. We had been getting some emails like, are you ever going to sell these products again? Like, yes, there's certainly nothing was intended to be a limited release or anything like that.
I do appreciate the questions of like that specifically.
Yeah.
We've gotten many of those, and it's like, well, are you planning on it? It's like, I mean, I don't want to come across as like rude or anything, but like we certainly didn't start this business to just sell 1,600 packages and call it a day, you know,
done and done.
Like we're not gonna be like, that was great, thank you. Like we are done. Like no,
our ethos is that we want to be continuing in business with Goblin Hobbies, and
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Again, we didn't do a Kickstarter because that can be a hassle for everybody involved, and we didn't want to have that hanging over us of like, you know, people have given us money and we're a year out and the stuff still hasn't been delivered from the factory or whatever. Like that idea just really stressed us out, and so we're like, we're just gonna invest, make some stuff, and sell it. But the fact that we didn't do a Kickstarter means we didn't have pre-order numbers, and so we didn't know how many to make. And we sold out pretty quick, which is awesome. We will eventually be able to meet demand, and thanks for supporting us. Thanks for bearing with it. We'll get some videos out on the main channel here, not too far away, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's some fun stuff coming up. I just feel bad because like I like making content. I like doing the videos, and like I feel bad because like I don't know. There are a couple people that always come to mind. Like there are some younger viewers who like have gotten into the hobby and have done stuff, and some people with you know, special needs and that kinds of things that like wait for those things to come out at the time that I put them out, and I think about them and I'm like, oh man, like I'm gonna let them down a little bit, you know, and it just kind of sucks. It's a weird feeling, like it really is, because it's like I'm just making fun videos on the internet, you know, but I do feel that way, and I want to get back to doing that, so soon, very soon.
Yeah. So I think it's been like 50 days since I put a video out, so I should put another video out. I don't know. Jenny Nicholson puts a video out once a year. Like, it's fine. Like, it's
That's fair. She
eviscerates large companies every
time.
But,
for like, I mean, those videos are still getting more views than our channels combined after a year. So yes, like if you're in that boat, like good for you.
Well, we got some bangers coming out. I don't have any Tyranids, but I got some good stuff. Don't you worry.
Yeah. No, there's some good stuff.
What else? If you're looking for stuff to keep your mind off of your lack of stamps right now, you go check out Space Gits or the Humble. There's some crowdfunding going on for Humblewood right now. Under the canopy, above the canopy. Something with a canopy.
Something like that. I think 1490 Doom is going right now too.
Oh yeah, 1490 Doom. Yeah. You got Space Gits. Don't forget about Space Gits.
Space Gits looks real good. I'm gonna be looking into that. Yeah.
I had painted up 3 orcs from Trenchworks, but I never done like an Instagram post or anything with them. And it turns out that Space Gits is meant to be played with 3 orcs, some dice, some bottle caps, and I was just like, oh, okay, great time to throw together a little Instagram post here and finally show off these orcs that I painted. And so I was pretty happy about that. That looks like a fun one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for that one.
Always something new going on.
I know, dude. There really is. Like, there's always something cool going on, which is, which is why we like to talk about it, though, because that's a good time. It's a good time. I'm looking forward to some of those. Anything with the Space Gits. Like, I've got a lot of Space Gits.
Yeah, you do.
A lot of those.
Yeah, I've seen them. Seen them. Yeah,
I've seen them. Yes. Yeah. I have even more. I built all of the what are they? I guess they're not space orcs, but they're some space orcs from Trenchworks. What the other ones, like the Paladin, I think they're called orcs,
sporks.
Pallet orcs.
Sporks.
Yeah, the sporks from Trenchworks. Yeah. Yeah. I got some of those and I started them. I haven't done much with them yet, but just another pile of minis on the pile.
Throw it on the pile.
Yeah. You been doing anything else? I don't know. I feel like I need to ask you. I feel like you've got more in the tank, but I don't know what it is.
I spent a lot of time packing cardboard. My hands felt funny for a few days. The cardboard sucks the moisture out of your hands, and I don't really moisturize, so my hands felt funny for a few days.
There's your problem.
My back felt funny. Oh, we did get our convention booth stuff. At Adepticon, our booth looked sparse because we did not get our convention booth stuff in time. We had like banners, tablecloth, and wall hanging, and all that booth stuff.
Yeah,
and that showed up. At my place a few hours after I left for Adepticon. So it was a near miss.
You're like, I'm getting on the plane, and then it was like, I got the notification that this has arrived delivered at this address. And it's like, oh, no.
But I did get the banners, and so I was actually able to get some pretty fun pictures of the assembly line of packing up the boxes with some sweet goblin banners in the background. And actually,
that's what I'm talking about.
we had so many packages that the local branch of the United States Post Office just opened up their loading dock in the back. They're like, all right, just drive around back. We'll open up the loading dock. And here's the giant industrial baskets, like the train baskets that we load our packages into.
Yeah.
And so loaded everything into the back dock of the post office, and then I actually took those collapsible banners and set them up in the loading dock of the post office just to get some fun pictures of just a pile of outgoing stamps with a stupid little goblin in the background. It's perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry we didn't have them at Adepticon, but those are some great banners. And actually, for fun, I was going to set one up right next to me tonight for this Paint Bravely recording, but it turns out that the Goblin Hobbies would be like above the frame, and so
there'd just be like the single model like right there. It's just looking at over your shoulder.
No,
I feel like
here would have been like how to stamp step 1, step 2, and just it wouldn't. There's no logo or anything in frame, so.
No, it's at the top. That's too bad. Well, the backdrop, you can put that there next time, right behind you. Just set it up right behind you.
Yeah.
It'll just be the black with the texture and the logos right in the middle of that. So
you said black and you said texture and you've seen the cats running around here. I am not ever opening that cloth in this room. Never.
That's fair. That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, the side panel banners are like vinyl or something, so that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. I take it back. Yeah. But see, I did consider it.
Yeah, it's just a giant wall of Goblin Hobbies.
A 10-foot banner behind you. Yeah. Oh, that's so good, dude. Oh man.
But no, I haven't done anything else in the last 2 weeks. I've been shipping things. I've been hanging out at the DMV. I've been shipping a few replacements for broken bottles and stuff like that. Didn't happen too many times, but there were a handful. And what else? I don't know. Got my snack cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get any though.
I get myself snack cakes. Don't worry about me.
I mean, you don't need somebody from Tennessee sending.
This gives me some ideas.
Yeah. I think you're onto something. I feel like not painting something in the DMV is like a lost $1 billion clown farm idea that you could have had. You could have taken advantage of. You know?
Yeah. I was about to ponder aloud if Tyler has a driver's license, but I think he does. I think Tyler does have a driver's license.
No, he does. He's painted in his car.
Right. I remember.
He's painted orcs in his car, like airbrushed in his car. It's like, will this work? Yes. I'm driving my friend somewhere and I have to wait here for 2 hours. I'm going to paint this. Yeah, like I'm just saying, lost opportunity in the DMV to set up a camera. People would have looked at you. It would have been great.
It was pretty good. I ended up I got my ticket. I went home. I cooked myself eggs. I got an oil change. Like I went into my co-working space. I went to the store.
Did all
and then I went back.
Things, yeah.
And it was only halfway through the waiting time. And so then I did a bunch more stuff and came back. So no, I didn't actually wait in the DMV for 4.5 hours. But
okay, I guess that's fine. Next year.
But that's actually a really funny idea. People are irritable there. Like it's a packed room and people are upset. Like if I'm sitting there setting up a camera and just like, I need that seat. Like I don't want to do it. Like
I mean, I don't know what kind of DMV you've got. Like we got a couple of them now. Like we used to have a real small one, and that's how it was for a long time. But we got an upgrade not too long ago, a couple years ago, and it's a nice big open building. And there are tons of seats and tons of windows, and like it's not the worst DMV experience. Like at least the last time I went wasn't the worst thing. So
there were like 5 desks or whatever moving people through, and so like the rate was pretty good. The waiting room wasn't bad. It's just there were so many people there. But I'm telling you, people were on edge. Like in the parking lot, there's a bunch of interactions. Like how long's the wait? Like how long you been here? Is it moving fast? There's a lot of those quick interactions of just people in the parking lot. And one of them I had was probably the most racist public interaction I've ever had with somebody. Of just like I was like, the wait time is 4.5 hours, and he just like started spouting off about illegals, and then like I just no, this is people with documents. That the whole point of this place is that documents.
That is the literal point. I mean, and at that point, are you talking about Canadians? Because you're in Maine. That seems like
What, you look around the parking lot. The parking lot is full of Subarus and pickup trucks. Like it's not like you just.
The Canadians are invading.
Yeah, this man's racism broke my mind for several reasons, and I wasn't even able to respond.
Imagine,
but I'm telling you,
it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I'm telling you, people are on edge. Like people, people are not going to appreciate me setting up a tripod in there. I'm telling you,
it's a risk. There are armed guards at the DMV. I think you have some protection.
Not in Maine.
Not in Maine. Okay, well, see,
maybe
we have like
in the back room or
150
something.
windows.
Okay. We have like 7. So
we have a lot. Like there are a lot of people in one place that are not happy to be there. So that kind of makes some sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that probably wraps us up for this week, though. Yeah,
it probably does.
In the last 2 weeks, I don't think I painted
DMV.
anything. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Well, missed opportunity. Yeah. In that case, thank you again for joining us on another episode of Paint Bravely. If you enjoyed this episode, podcast, whatever, please help us out by leaving us a review on iTunes. God, this is the worst. Subscribing to the YouTube channel and sharing this message with your hobby friends. No, I don't. And as always, we appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
We appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.